TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Good afternoon and welcome to another wonderful show. You are tuned in to Talk Show King. I'm your host for the night, Minister Lundy, along with my other two kings. But before we get started tonight, I want to say to our also our director, Marcus Given, who's our technical director, and also Miss Shantae Barber, who's our social media guru. Thank you so much for joining us, and I want to introduce you to our two wonderful kings to my left here.
I'm King Doc, coming at you straight from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Born in the 404, raised in the 404, did 20 years in the military. Now I'm back. Much love, family.
All right, and my king to my right.
And I'm King Takar from Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Massachusetts.
And of course, I am your host just for tonight. I am King Lundy from Macon, by way of Macon, Georgia, but I've been here in Atlanta, Georgia for a very long time. I want to say hello to family and friends. I also catch us screaming live on Facebook. Also, you can join us at the watch party, and also go to YouTube, channel 1061. Doc, we got a wonderful topic tonight, and I want you to tell the viewers and get us started off with the topic that's of choice tonight.
Okay. First of all, I wanted to give an apology. Last week, fam, we weren't able to do the show. So we want to apologize to all our fans and tell y'all that was, unexpected. We didn't expect to do that. But we're here for you, and still come and talk to us. Also, we were supposed to have Marsha and Melvin. Melvin is a terrific jazz trumpetist, and Marsha's a great singer, and they were supposed to be on, and they didn't get, I didn't give them the information at the show one, and they came up and we weren't here. So I definitely want to apologize with all of my heart. Still bothering me, even though I've apologized several times. The show tonight, or the first topic, there was a football team, a team of high schoolers, and they went on the road and played a team, and the football team that went on the road was mostly African American, and the team they were playing was mostly Caucasian.
Okay.
Well, when the national anthem came on, they kneeled. They kneeled during the national anthem. They played the football game, and supposedly the other team was taking cheap shots or whatever, but they tried to hold their composure.
So they did a Colin Kaepernick, so to speak.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Colin Kaepernick.
Yes.
Right.
But the parents of the other team, when they were going, I think it was at halftime, they were going between the bleachers to go to the locker room. It was after the game. The parents were spitting on them and throwing things at them.
The parents were?
The parents of the other team
Oh no.
were spitting on them.
Yeah,
and calling
that's
them
just
apes
terrible.
and all kind of stuff. And the police were there, although they made no arrests. From what I saw, the police were facing the football team. Now, those boys, even though they were high school, they were big guys. So I'm sure if they would have gone in that audience, they would have, or in that crowd, they would have done some real damage. However, I still feel like the police should have made an arrest, several arrests.
Yes, they should
I'm wondering
have.
where these boys' parents were, because there is no way in the goodness you're gonna spit on my kid. I don't care what age he or she is. That's just not gonna happen. So let us know what you think on that, and you generally give me a
I think spitting on anybody, period. I think that's just totally disrespectful.
Degrading.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Degrading. Excuse my words, but that's you know, you're gonna get your ass kicked. You know, you spitting on me. Like, I don't tolerate that. Like,
I'm sure.
That's not cool. You know?
Exactly.
And see, what a lot of people do got to understand, to the viewers, that racism still exists in high school because these kids can be no more than 15, 16 years old that are getting spit upon and getting disgraced. What lesson are they going to learn from that, being spit on by white people, so to speak, at a away game at an all-white, we're predominantly white school? And did they lose the game?
I believe they won, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
When I read how they were getting spit on, like a lot of details.
All that went out the way.
Because it was like, that's totally uncalled for, and it's just disgraceful. I mean, even if you didn't like what the boys were doing, cancel the game.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
leave.
Right.
Take your child, take your ball, and go home.
Right.
But you don't spit on a child.
It's not called.
You don't spit on an
I was
adult
gonna say, again,
without,
you don't
without
spit on
dealing
anybody.
with the consequences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
Again, that's get your ass kicked for spitting on you. Like, probably some more damage to you. Like,
racism is still in athletics, and I think that these young athletes go to perform and go to play to try to better themselves, and to get spit on because you win a game or because of your color. And we had this conversation many times on many different shows, Doc, is that racism still exists in high school, in the workplace, on the job. It's all over.
agreed.
But how can we get past that if you have simple-minded people that are still doing simple-minded things, Dakar? And these children are the ones that's going to be affected by it.
Right.
I think President Trump is really exposing America for who America is.
Right.
Because I don't think he's the cause of anything.
Right.
I think he's just emboldening the people who feel a certain way to be more outspoken. There are over 1,000 hate groups now that are just out, talking about it again.
Right.
I mean, they were there. They just were, quiet. They didn't want to be shamed. They didn't want to be publicly shamed. They didn't want people to look down on them.
Right.
Well, now they feel like, hey.
It's an open door
Exactly.
now. Why hide it anymore? If our president is called a racist and he have no issue with it, then why hide it anymore? Why just bring it all out in the open, put it all on the table? And people used to be ashamed to be called racist. Now, if you ask somebody, absolutely, they wear it on their sleeve. Yes, I'm a racist.
He don't know who David Duke or the KKK is.
Right.
Made it to his 70s in America without knowing who the KKK is.
I find that very hard to believe.
It's amazing.
Oh, wow.
I want to give a shout out to Chi Williams.
Hey, Chi.
Shamika White.
Hey,
Toya Russell.
Toya.
Angela Gorham. Jacqueline. Angela says, let's be real, racism is taught and will continue to be taught. I feel you on that. Doc, here in VA, a Navy chief assaulted a 16-year-old boy on the soccer field game because he feared he was going to beat up his son. Guess the races of each.
Right.
Wow. And he only got probation. Where was the 16-year-old boy's parent? Because that wouldn't have went over well. I mean, I ain't no doubt in my mind, ain't nobody going to hit Jordan or Amari.
Right.
And Jody ain't going to act a stone fool.
Right.
And if he called me, I'm coming up there to act a stone fool with him. I'm just saying.
Right.
We protect our kids. I mean, like, there was a little girl that the police made up in, I want to say it was in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure exactly where it was. And I want to say Philly. But she was putting her phone away, and it was during the test or something to that effect, and they kicked her out of class, and she's supposed to go to detention. But she was dismissed from the class, and she said something to the police and went to walk down the stairs. And the police jumped on her, knocked her down the stairs, and beat her down the stairs as she was falling. And once she got to the bottom of the stairs, another police put his foot in her chest, and they tased her several times. A girl, she was 16, I want to say.
16 years old.
Yeah,
Man.
and they tased her. Her dad came, and her dad was standing there saying, get off my child, this, that, and the other, but
no.
then said it was nothing he could do.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I would have been dead at that
Right,
point.
I'm
There's
sorry,
no doubt in
yeah.
my mind.
A lot of dads would
And
have.
I'm not
Right.
saying that, I'm Superman and they would have, I'd have jumped up and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. There's no doubt in my mind. Two
Right.
of them with guns
Right.
and batons and tasers and all that,
Right.
I'm pretty sure, because I'm not taking my gun into school with
Right,
kids.
right,
So I'm pretty sure that, they would have done whatever. But
Right.
there's no way in but goodness I'm going to stand there and watch you beat my daughter.
Exactly.
That just ain't going to happen.
Exactly.
At
like-
what level, what circumstances has to happen for a dad to protect this child, and especially when the police is involved?
I don't give a
Because
care
the
who's
police
involved.
put it
Exactly.
so.
I was gonna say.
I
you
know, but the
gotta-
police will put you in a situation
Oh, yeah.
where you almost can't. I mean, say if they're making an arrest, even on a 15 or 16-year-old child, and they put you in a position where stand back.
I don't-
But they have your daughter in the headlock and they're
Exactly.
tasing her,
I don't-
and they still want you to
I'm not letting
Exactly.
it fly. Like I don't care. Like
But you did see where the man, there's a man a guy was breaking in his daughter's room and he shot him. They gave him 8 years.
Yeah.
They gave him 8 years in jail.
Yeah.
A man was breaking in his daughter's room. If you coming in my house, any room, hey, you catching it. I'm just saying, if you come in my house uninvited,
Right.
then that's private property. And if I don't know your intent,
exactly.
and I'm not gonna sit and wait to find out what your intent is.
Right.
I'm not gonna wait till you shoot me to find out if you got a weapon,
Right.
for you to stab me to find out if you got a knife. I'm not gonna wait to see anything.
You
If
cannot
come
do
in
it.
my house,
Absolutely.
you done fucked up. Because it's on.
Absolutely. Because if somebody break in your house, then that means that their attention level is to kill you,
To rob you,
to
to
rob
hurt
you,
you.
or to
Yeah.
hurt you,
Yeah.
and they're not trying to let you hurt them in the process of them getting
Exactly.
away. So you only got one life to live.
Right.
And
That we know of.
and you can't say, well, if from the ground, man, I should have did this, or man, I should have did that.
Yeah, exactly. And then what if
Can't
they
say
kill
that
your
then.
child?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? I mean,
and it-
Angie says exactly because I would have whooped his ass. And you don't be fighting no dude. I don't know what's wrong with you, girl.
To protect the child.
And you don't be fighting no
I was
dude.
gonna say, and going back to if that
See,
was,
I would have whooped it, and they would have tased me. I feel you on that one. KJ Kenneth Wilson Jr. says, I feel many people migrate to America for the freedom we're supposed to have in this
Right.
country. I also feel that anytime people who are outside of the majority express that freedom, they are met with police brutality. When minorities express
Right.
are in the right, however, the police will do what they did in that football game,
Right.
turn the other cheek. I feel you on that. Shamika White says, I'm not going to even tell you what my reaction would have been. Well, Mika, I done seen you get 38 hot, so I already know. Angie, well, my hubby always says the law wasn't written to protect us. Exactly.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it wasn't written to protect us, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna say the police are more to make sure that we aren't where we aren't supposed to be
Right.
than to
Yeah.
try to, keep us safe and this, that, and the other. Because, yeah, it's just too many cases. It's just too many cases where
Absolutely.
we go through nonsense for no apparent reason.
And I also understand, Sakar and Doc, that when the laws were written, we were still bound into slavery.
Right.
So a lot of laws that was written many, many years ago, generations ago, it did not include us
Oh, definitely.
because we were in captivity already.
Well, people
So
don't
by
know
us
that.
being in captivity, what laws would have governed us to do anything? It wasn't until we came out of captivity that the laws affected us.
Why do they still have the law of vagrancy on the books?
I have no
Vagrancy, you
idea.
just standing around in public.
Well,
Well,
absolutely.
if you in public, why can't you stand around?
Right.
Nobody owns the property. It's not
Absolutely.
private property. It's public property.
In the
You know?
Cobb County, it's
I
called
mean,
a DC-10. And everybody out there know what a DC-10 is. It's another word for loitering, which means that
Loitering, yeah.
if you are in an area and they pull up on you and say, well, let me see some ID, and you don't have ID, under the DC-10 law, they'll take you in and arrest you.
And that's so corny because what have I done wrong?
You
You
know
know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying? What whom have I hurt or
No
offended,
one.
You know? I mean, just because I'm there. Exactly, preacher. That was Andy.
It's called WWB. And if you don't know what WWB means,
Walking
Walking
Wild.
Wild Black.
absolutely. Walking Wild Black, they'll get
Hey.
you every time.
I think I done got a lot of tickets for being black in the 45.
Yeah. Yeah, so listeners, please, comment in on us. Doc came up with a wonderful topic for tonight. is high school football players that were spit upon at a high school football game by the rival team, which happens to be a white school. So comment on that and let us know that racism still exists. And while you're doing that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're tuned in to Talk Show Kings. We'll be right back.
Right back.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? Do you have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Hey, Doc, guess what? We're back.
We're back.
We are back. We are so glad that you tuned back in and stayed with us. You're joined to Talk Show Kings. We're having a wonderful conversation tonight, and Doc came up with a wonderful topic for tonight's show, and we're going to let him start it off again. Doc, go ahead and refresh us.
Well, first of all, we want to give a shout out to Mr. Felix Washington.
Always.
We want to give a shout out to Mr. Marcus Gibbons.
Always.
And we want to give a shout out to Miss
Shante Barksdale. Always.
Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in to Talk Show Kings, having big fun out on TV 10 61.
You better believe it.
Douglasville, Georgia. We were talking about the football game to where the young men kneeled during the anthem and were spit on. Now, I want to read a few comments I didn't get to, where Angie said, and when the civil rights came, we had Jim Crow laws.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
We always been beat down, held back, and still expected to love America. Wow. I love America. I can't lie and say I don't, because I've been other places and I've seen how other people are treated.
You served America, so you got to love it.
I ain't gonna go that far. I got to. But I will say that there's no other place I want to be.
Right,
absolutely. However, it's not peaches and cream. It's not, it's not to where streets paid the gold and you ain't got to, do everything possible. Because I even think that with the Jim Crow laws and stuff, they make things unattainable for us through legal means.
Right.
And then when we go to illegal means, then they want to lock us up forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's ridiculous. A lot of people who sell drugs and stuff, I'm not condoning selling drugs by any stretch of the imagination. Right. But you know how to bring your product in, you know how to divide it up, you know how to how much to sell it for, how to bring that in, how to restock, so on and so forth. So you know how to run a business. But the product, like, if you can find a way to flip the product. And I understand that it ain't easy. I'm not trying to make it sound easy by no stretch of the imagination. But they're giving us life and things of that nature.
Right.
The consequences for crack.
Right.
They wanted to lock up the crack dealer.
Right.
They wanted to lock up the crack user. They wanted to lock up the dealer and the user.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But they didn't say anything about the people who were doing regular coke and people who brought the coke over.
I was gonna say, and that's the thing, that they brought the drugs into America. So it's like it's pretty much a setup.
Exactly, because powder cocaine is a higher priced commodity. So you have people with more money doing that. So they didn't want to bother them, but it's okay because slavery is still legal if you're in prison. If you're still in prison, they can still use you basically as a slave. They can use you for free work.
Free labor. And that's exactly what they did. And they called it, when they send in prison, they want you to what's the word I'm looking for? Reinvent yourself or get yourself together. They send you to prison to mentally rehabilitate you, absolutely.
But that's such a farce. How can you send somebody in a place where they're being tortured, raped, so on and so forth? They put people in solitary confinement. People are
locked down for like 23 hours.
But people are social animals.
Yeah.
People need company. People need to be around each other, express ideas amongst each other.
Right.
So you're driving people crazy, and then you're releasing them back into society.
Right.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's crazy.
That mentality will drive you crazy if you're isolated from general population.
Exactly.
And you have nothing to do. You're in an 8x10 cell for, like you said, 24 hours a day. You probably
23,
come out.
they give you an hour.
They give you
come
an
on in that hour, you still
day.
by yourself.
Exactly.
So
you just have a
how
little
is
space
that
to walk around back and forth.
rehabilitating you? It seems like it will make you angry.
And crazy.
It would make anybody angry.
Absolutely. And if you're angry, how does that put you in a position that you can think more? Because I found out that I learned that the only way to live in this society is to educate yourself, because it's hard to bring an educated man down when he knows too much now.
Right.
It's the men that don't know a whole lot that the government take advantage of, the law take advantage of. Any man that knows what he's talking about and knows how to work what he's talking about, he stands a better chance.
I agree. Now he stands a better chance, but they will. The system is designed against us.
Right.
There's a judge in Kentucky who was dismissed. He dismissed the jury because he said the jury was all Caucasian and the defendant was African American. He said he wanted a biracial jury. He wanted the jury to be of multiple races. He didn't just want
a diverse
one.
jury.
Exactly. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. And they dismissed him without pay.
Right.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking, what's wrong with that?
Right.
If you're supposed to be a jury of your peers, then what's wrong with having a diverse jury?
Yeah.
Jury. Jury. Okay, Angie says, we have problems like everyone else. Now, by we, are you referring to military or Native Americans? However, you can miss me with the treating us like second-class citizens, and that goes for Native Americans as well. I feel you. And then Native American, Native Americans have been done so wrong. It is ridiculous.
They
It is,
took
oh
their
my
land,
God,
they
it's ridiculous.
disowned them.
And people don't know that
what else?
a lot of the quote unquote Africans are Native Americans. Because anyway, they came here. They came here and took a lot of Native Americans to England.
Yeah.
Right? This is before slavery.
Right.
Took a lot of Americans to England to be the Native Americans, to try to enslave them. The Native Americans said, "You done lost your effing mind." They went buck. So they deported them to Africa.
Right.
So when they were going to Africa picking up people, a lot of the people they were picking up were actually Native Americans.
Is that right?
Check your history. And Mexicans, it's like, oh, now white people going to lose their power though. Let's do everything to stop that, including laws and professional hair standards. I feel you on that one too. KJ says the prison system was created after blacks were freed. The prison system was filled after blacks were freed. I think it was already there.
Yeah, but that goes back to what I was saying is they was already in captivity.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
see, when they
so-
freed, that's when
right.
they came up with them laws that basically
absolutely.
say that
And
as long
start
as
putting
you're
them in
in jail,
prison.
you
Right.
can still be treated as a slave.
Right.
And it's
So
sad
that's when
now,
they started
but it's
making
sad now
laws to
because all
lock
the
people
jails
up
and
for
the
no
prisons,
reason.
they're definitely getting overpopulated.
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Oh,
like-
oh, they're
in
overcrowded.
Pennsylvania,
overcrowded.
in Philadelphia, first of all, it has more African Americans that's given life without parole than anywhere else in the country. Okay, the jails, the prisons are so packed they have to send some of the prisoners to the county because there's just no more room.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
yeah. We have the highest prison rate in the world. Exactly, 1 out of 4, right?
Right.
1 out of 4 people in jail in the world are in jail here. If you got all the prisoners, counted all the prisoners, and then we have a population of 300 million, well, China has 1 billion,
Yeah.
India has
Yeah.
1 billion,
Yeah.
and we have more people in jail than them.
Absolutely.
You think strictly
Yeah.
by population.
And it's mainly by the laws that we have
Exactly,
here.
because the laws are
Mostly
set up for that. The law set up for against the poor.
The way that the law, absolutely,
Yeah.
the way that the laws are set up, of course we're going to have more people in jail.
Right.
Because the laws in China, if you were to go to jail right today, how many Chinamen do you think will be in Fulton County Jail?
I feel you on
Gwinnett
that
County
one.
Jail.
1 to none.
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. So if you go over to China and look at their prison system, it's probably men and women in jail over there, but not like it's over here, because over here, they lock up everybody.
Exactly.
They don't discriminate over here.
No, they discriminate. 'cause
Nah,
they
Nah, I was gonna say they discriminate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
a
if you
couple
got,
in Kentucky
Right.
got arrested for vagrancy in their front yard. In the front yard of their private property. They were locked up.
white
put in
couple,
jail.
black couple.
Come on. Really?
There you have it, man.
Really? And we have the highest prison rate in the world. But when you have the corrupt judicial system set up to fail us, what can we do? Exactly. We can do a lot. We just have to learn. We have to learn. First of all, we need an economic system. In my opinion, all of those scholarships that goes to sending people to college, we need to send some of those people to college, but we need to send people into the job market. We need to get, not job market, we need to have young people set up businesses. We need to get somebody who can teach them accounting, who can teach them marketing, who can teach them customer service, who can teach them how to run a business. Because everybody's not made to go to college. And we need,
Absolutely.
when we do send people to college, we need to be sending them to HBCUs.
Right.
It's going unknown, but a lot of HBCUs are being integrated, like at a very high rate.
Yeah.
And do you know how many?
Of course.
How many?
A lot of
famous
whites
people
are
went
going to
to,
HBCUs
Yeah.
now.
Now Howard University has put out some of the most professional and prolific
Right.
African Americans
Right.
out there,
Right.
and it's really starting to be,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to go to Howard.
Right.
Like,
exactly
yeah,
because
think-
of the success rate.
Right. I
Hey,
think
Dolores
also-
people, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, instead of giving out a lot of scholarships, I think that the administration, especially the president administration, should come up with some type of reform package. And what a reform package does is it helps people that are transitioning from prison, from the halfway houses, transitioning back into life. They have nothing to come back to. But if they gave them something to come back to, then maybe it'll better their chances of, say, not being a repeat offender.
While agree with the idea wholeheartedly. I
Right.
don't think that it's going to come from the government.
Right.
Because that would mean they care about us.
Where would it come from,
It would
though?
come from us. We would have to do it amongst ourselves.
Right.
Look at all the black millionaires, and now we have black billionaires.
Right.
So, an example, Tyler Perry just opened up that. Tyler Perry, much shout out, much respect. I'm not saying
Much
anything.
love, Tyler.
I don't
I
intend
sent you a message
anything
today.
I was
negatively
gonna say,
about you.
need to give me a role or
but
something.
what I'm saying is, Tyler Perry opened that humongous studio. How many jobs does that create? You know what I'm saying? How many
Great.
people does that create jobs for? How many people can get job training there? How many
Right.
interns can you have? So on and so forth. We need to think like that.
Right.
If every we get 3 millionaires together to support a program to teach the youth about professionalism and jobs,
Right.
what does that do for us? Because we are some of the most ingenious people on the planet.
Well,
if you really think about
it opens up doors
Exactly.
for people that would not have that opportunity. Say like Ty Carr is an actor, model, and if someone came to Radna and opened up a major door for him, I'm quite sure he would step in that door, and anybody that he know, to say, well, hey man,
Exactly.
I got a chance. Here
Let me-
you a
right,
chance.
let
But
me give
guess
you a
what?
chance.
A lot of brothers not doing that. Because
Exactly.
a lot of brothers feel like, no, man, this is my opportunity. Let me get somewhere before I do that.
See, I'm not like that.
Okay,
like
absolutely.
yeah, I definitely help the next person out.
Right,
So, yeah.
right. When I was chosen to represent Casablanca Model Agency, and I came and I told you guys and I told other people and I passed out cards because here I am being picked up by our agency, and I said, you know what? It's other people got that same dream because it was never a dream of mine.
Right.
I just went on an audition and tried something,
Right.
and out of 75 people, 12 got chosen. I was one of the 12. So I started passing out that information. And now I can look at my phone and I'm getting auditions, but it's like 150 over 8. It's 200 over 8. What that means that I found out in the industry is it's $200 over 8 hours. If they say 130 over 5, that's $130 over 5 hours. You can take it if you want. If you don't, pass it on to the next
Right,
guy.
and it's crazy because that's how I started my career.
Right.
Like I never dreamed of acting on
Yeah,
my own
never,
at all. I
never.
just took it and I just ran with it. And,
Absolutely.
even look where I'm at today. Like
Yeah,
I'm sitting
yeah,
here with
absolutely.
you guys.
I dream of acting all the time. All the time. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. I've had that dream since I was a child. When I was in the military, I talked about when I got out, I was going to do acting, have my own show. That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
still want it.
Right.
I still want my little skit
Right.
show.
And look at us, here we are
On
on
the talk
TV, on Talk Show Kings, who would have thought, excuse my language, I'm sorry, Mom, who would have thought, that we would be here.
Come on, you don't need to apologize for a joke. Mom, don't be joking. Sheila Dawson Wright, how you doing, young lady? Tell Robert I'm going to stomp his pinky toe. We got to
Robert,
go
you
to
need to
break.
call us, man, get in here. Take us a break, Doc.
We got to go to break, and don't break the love. Come back. We'll be back in a minute, y'all.
We'll be back, Talk Show Kings.
So many Black lives incarcerated. So many Black lives silenced. When will we stop the madness?
I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Hey, thanks for coming back. We welcome you back to the show. You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings. We're having big fun here on TV 1061. If you have been following the news lately, and especially you sport fans, this young dynamic man on our next topic goes by the name of Lamar Jackson. He's the starting quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. This Thursday, Lamar Jackson broke Mike Vick's all-time leading rushing number. For a quarterback, that is. Shouts out to Lamar Jackson, his family, and his team. Doc, Takar, we got nothing but love for Lamar Jackson. Mike Vick even sent him a congratulations comment during the game. Have you been watching this man?
No, I haven't.
You haven't been watching?
No,
Have you been watching,
Definitely.
Doc?
I don't think Doc has love for him.
If he play for the Falcons, then, you know, if he don't play for the Falcons, then, hey, I'll pay attention to him.
Hey, Lamar, we got so much love for you here at Talk Show Kings. We want to give you all the support and help you move forward and win that MVP. If you're a Baltimore Raven fan, or if you just got love for Lamar Jackson, call us and let us know. Let's give this wonderful guy a shout out. Mike Vick did, the NFL did. So let's give him a praise and just thank him and congratulate him for what he's done. What he has done, since he left the University of Louisville, he became one of the Baltimore Ravens draft choices. As a matter of fact, he removed their starting Super Bowl quarterback, Falco, who they traded to the Denver Broncos. And he put himself in a position to become the starting quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens. Now at 11-2, if they win the game tomorrow, this afternoon, they will become sole winner and first place in their division, which guarantees them a playoff berth.
Yeah.
So I think that...
Well, they'll be tied with San Francisco as far as best record, unless Atlanta beats San Francisco, which I hope we're doing.
Absolutely. I'm a diehard Falcons fan.
Yes.
Doc is a Falcons fan. Ty Call is a
Patriots. Them cheating behind. Got called cheating again.
What are the Patriots doing? Patriots game again.
Lamar Jackson, he is so dynamic, and I think he is what Mike Vick would have been if Mike Vick would have stayed under Dan Reeves.
Yeah.
If Mike Vick would have had more discipline to the craft. He can run. He's a dynamic runner. He has speed. He has the ability to cut and maneuver. He's real shifty. He did one move where he was running and spun. And
three spin move. Yeah,
that was so nice. Yeah. But his arm. I mean, he has a nice arm. His timing is good. Once he breaks down the coverage, he can read defenses. And once people are afraid of him,
right?
So they can't just pay attention to whoever. They have to, pay attention to him as well, which leaves people open. And he can throw the ball, through the eye of a needle. The guy is accurate as all outdoors.
Has so many weapons.
Yes, I can't take anything from him, but if you play the Falcons, I'm hoping we knock you in the dirt. I'm just saying. As long as you ain't playing us, hey, bro, hey, I'm all for you. I'm rooting for you. Yeah, do your thing. But when you come to the AO, we come down. Hey,
now also,
you ain't representing my bird.
Doc compare Lamar Jackson to Michael Vick.
Yes.
Lamar Jackson grew up. Michael Vick was one of his idols. He loved Michael Vick. He paroled himself as Michael Vick. And also, when Michael Vick was here in Atlanta, when he was with the Falcons, Michael Vick was made a pocket quarterback. When he came out of Virginia Tech, Michael Vick ran the ball. He ran out of the pocket. But when he got here in Atlanta with Dan Reeves and even with Coach Dan Moore, They made him and tried to make him a pocket quarterback. However, Lamar Jackson, what the Ravens did with him is they built their offense around him and allowed him to use his legs more. And with Lamar Jackson using his legs more and being not just a pocket, because he's a wonderful pocket quarterback as well, but to have those extra credentials that he can use, it makes him an even better quarterback.
Exactly.
And they built their offense around this amazing young quarterback that they are now 11-2 and a great chance of winning that division and moving forward off into the playoffs.
I want to give a shout out to Alphonse Johnson. He joined us. I want to give a shout out to the lovely Geneva Lundy. She joined us.
Mom.
I want to give a shout out to Marcus Ford. He joined us as well. Thank you all for joining us, and make sure to comment.
That's my mother, Geneva. Love you.
And he apologized for saying thunk, man. He was joking. He was just joking. You raised him right. He know how to talk.
Thank you.
Swag Central. On Marcus, though, right now, we have, I want to say, like 5 dynamic quarterbacks.
Yeah,
that
black
throw and
quarterbacks,
run.
yeah.
I ain't just talking about black, because that boy with the Saints.
Drew Brees.
No, they got a talented, I can't even think of the dude's name, but he their backup quarterback.
Yeah,
he plays special teams. He's a wide receiver. He'll even put it in the background. The boy is bad. He's nice with it.
Okay, not the quarterback that took up when Brees left.
No, not
Teddy.
not Bridgewater.
Yeah, not
They
Teddy
have
Bridgewater.
another quarterback.
Okay, yeah, number 7.
That boy is nice.
Okay, yeah,
That boy nice.
He is nice.
The quarterback for the
he is
Chiefs.
Nice.
That kid is nice.
Holmes.
Holmes. Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
He doing his thing.
Yes.
I mean, the idea of the pocket quarterback is being changed.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
It
more
is.
and more people are looking for a quarterback that can throw and run.
Right, absolutely.
I mean, Michael Vick was really the first that ran like he did.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know about, old time football, and Fran Tarkenton would hike the ball and just take off running backwards.
Absolutely.
But he was trying to throw. He just knew he didn't have a
was
line,
running-
so he ran for his
one of
life.
the best scramblers.
So he
Was
ran for his
Fran
life,
Tarkenton.
and he wasn't running forward. He was running backwards. He
Fran
running backwards.
Tarkenton, University of Georgia.
But Steve Young, he was a good running quarterback.
Yeah.
Somewhat. There were quarterbacks who were mobile per se, but nobody would just flat out speed until Vic came in.
Absolutely.
Vic was the first quarterback I want to say to get 1,000 yards rushing.
He was.
in the season.
Yeah,
because the boy was
Right.
just take
Now,
off. I mean,
now let me ask you a question, Takar. And do you think that now, because of Mike Vick, because of Russell Wilson, because of Lamar Jackson, that when these teams go to the draft now, that they're going to be solely looking for these young black quarterbacks? You got Ohio State, you got Justin Fields that's coming out. You got Jalen Hurts with Oklahoma that's coming out. That's also running quarterbacks.
well, is the guy from Ohio State coming out? He's only been there like 2 years.
No, I don't think Justin's coming out. He was up for the Heisman Trophy, but this is his first. I mean, he's a sophomore because he did it freshman year at Georgia. He left Georgia and transferred to Oklahoma, where he's a sophomore.
Yes.
So he could possibly come out. Depends on how they put his name in the draft if he declares himself eligible.
Yes.
So I think he got a good chance. This guy is 13-0 to lead Oklahoma, and right now they're the number 2 team in the country behind LSU.
Gotcha. Marcus Ford says the game is changing. They're looking for playmakers are the new thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Natalie Dennis Lundy says
Natalia.
Pronounce it again.
Natalie.
The beautiful Miss Natalie says, I believe it's Jared Stidham. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But I'm just saying the cat is nice. I'm trying to give props where props is due. And I don't think it's just black quarterbacks. I mean, I think that Michael Vick being a black quarterback changed that position.
Changed the game. Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think that anybody now is going through or trying to emulate that style of play.
All right.
I mean, if you can run and throw, now you're a double threat as far as just standing in the pocket. I mean, you can't take anything from the pocket quarterback. As in, Tom Brady's 107, still out there throwing the ball. I mean, and he's doing a good job.
But you look at pocket quarterbacks like Tom Brady, like Drew Brees, like Matt Ryan. They are pocket quarterbacks. And when you look at pocket quarterbacks, even the Falcons' record, And I saw Matt run the ball early before I left home today, and he got about 11 yards on a play. And I was like, man, thinking he'd have been running the whole year, but Matt Ryan's a quarterback. He will not take a hit, period.
Well, Matt Ryan runs a 4.2 5-yard dash.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt Ryan runs so slow. If the field has to be wide open, he is the sloth of the NFL. So he shouldn't run, in my opinion.
Right.
Matt Ryan's best gift is not his arm; it's his mind.
Yeah.
Definitely not his legs.
He has a high quarterback IQ.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we need to let him do what he does. We let him give him time so he can read the defense and throw the ball.
And the guy said the other day, if Matt Ryan wants to get the premier blocking that he needs, man, Matt Ryan will stand back there and pick you apart.
Yes, exactly.
But he has to have that protection, and they paid these offensive linemen, even use the #1 draft choice on the offensive line. He's been hurt, I'll admit that. But for the money that they paid these offensive linemen, Doc, there's no way in the world we should be 3-11 right now. 4. I mean, 4-11. Paid a lot of money, man.
The guy's Taysom Hill.
Yeah, who?
Taysom Hill. He's
Taysom Hill for the Saints.
Yeah, he's a quarterback, wide receiver. Yeah, he does it all.
Right.
The guy's nice with it, and I take nothing from him, even though I can't stand the Saints.
Yeah, there's no way.
But Taysom Hill is nice. That kid you can't take nothing from him.
Right.
Back to our boy. Back to we were talking about Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Lamar Jackson is definitely. How can he not be considered for the MVP of the league?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He made that very clear Thursday night.
He's nice. And
5 touchdowns, 400+ yards.
How would the team be without him?
Yeah.
I think he's had 3 5-touchdown games.
Yep. Or more. 3 or more.
Yeah. Come on. I mean,
a 22-year-old kid.
Exactly.
22 years. How old are you talking? Your mom?
I'm 29.
29. This is a 22-year-old kid.
I wouldn't have thought that at all.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, he thought you were going to say something younger. I did.
You nursing home bound now.
I'm about to be up there.
True. South Fulton has a section of road with his name on it. With whose name on it?
No,
KJ said.
No, they think about Cam Newton.
Oh,
Cam Newton.
Yeah, he was.
His name was on South Fulton County, but not Lamar Jackson.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say. All the streets in Atlanta. I ain't gonna say that it's not.
Why would the hell Lamar Jackson?
I'm thinking he's talking about Mike Vick, but I ain't sure.
Oh, Mike Vick? No, I ain't seen Mike Vick. I seen Cam Newton. He's all over South Fulton County. Cam Newton, home of Heisman Trophy winner. Cam Newton, all of them down South Fulton.
Cam Newton need a stylist though.
Yeah, man, what?
Hot mess.
What?
I was like, Cam, what happened, bro? I mean, you got a concussion or something.
That fashion statement, Doc, with their hair. I was watching the games,
and
NBA games, man. Cam, but the NBA players, a lot of football players, they wear the braids and dreads. A lot of the basketball players that. Stuff like Cam, all that loose, nappy stuff.
I ain't necessarily talking about the style of hair. I'm talking about the dress, like the wardrobe. Like one time he looked like a black pilgrim.
Yeah.
I mean, another time he looked like a gypsy woman.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, what is going on with you? Like,
maybe he does have a stylist. Maybe they just tell him.
Maybe he got like Stevie Wonder, his stylist. Yeah. I think this color looks good on you.
That's funny, man.
Hey, I'm just saying, Cam, what's wrong with you, bro? What's wrong with you? Hey,
Cam,
and I don't think Cam is done by any stretch of the imagination. I really don't. Hey, I wouldn't mind putting him in the Falcons uniform behind Matt. I ain't trying to get rid of Matt. I'm just saying we need to get Matt's protection.
From just reading the media, they fired Cam Newton's coach, and the Chicago Bears are looking at him. And also they said that wherever he goes, they may bring Cam with him because, he the one gave Cam an opportunity in Carolina.
He fixed the offense for Cam.
Right, absolutely.
That triple option. He did that for Cam.
Yeah.
Now, me, myself, honestly, I would like to get Cap in here. behind Matt. Because
Matt, yeah.
I ain't trying to be funny, but if Matt goes down, I'm
Matt
very seriously doubt Sharp can take us.
Anywhere.
Exactly. And nothing against Sharp. You know, he had his time, but I think his time has passed.
Yeah.
You know, didn't he come in with Vic?
Absolutely. You know, he was the backup to Mike Vick.
Yeah.
And that time when Mike Vick tore his Achilles, and he came in and he did well. You know, we wound up trading him to Texas.
And what did Texas do?
Well, Texas went 10-0 their first year, and as they
on their defense.
Yeah, absolutely on the defense. They picked up J.J. Wyatt. They picked up the guy from South Carolina.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they just never went anywhere. So when Deshaun Watson came into the league, they drafted Deshaun #1, and they cut Matt Sharp, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and Deshaun doing nice too.
Yeah, he is.
Deshaun,
good win today, Deshaun Watson, Gainesville, Georgia. Yeah, they had a good win today. He's another black quarterback that uses his legs, but you know his second season, he tore his ACL, and he was out for that year. He just came back, and you know from my understanding, when you tear your ACL, a lot of guys heal and get better. You know. I've never torn my ACL, nowhere came close to it. And then there are a lot of guys that, Jamal Anderson, remember when Jamal tore his left ACL?
And then
he tore his right ACL, you know, so, you know.
Like, I've seen people carried off the field or the court when they tear them.
Yeah.
Now, the Black Mamba, Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe got up and walked off the field when he told.
Walked off the court.
I was like, hey, bruh, you represent.
Yeah.
What's your boy with the Warriors? I don't know what he tore, but he came back out and played some more. Thompson tore his joint, went to the locker room, came running back, and got back on it. Yeah.
What?
Got
Michael
back on
Thompson,
the court.
David Thompson. What Thompson? David Thompson.
No. Thompson, one of the Splash Brothers. With Steve
Okay,
Kerr.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
That boy tore something in his leg and came back out there and still was, And he out for the year.
He sure did.
Yeah, he came running back.
He tore his ACL.
Came running back out and got back in the game.
Yeah.
Like this man. Yeah.
Yeah, he sure did.
Hey, I'm just saying that the boy's a beast.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't wishing nobody hurt nothing. Now, if you playing the Falcons, then I don't mind a light ankle sprain or cramp in your shoulder or something like that. But I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm just saying, you dehydrated a little bit when you're playing the Falcons. I ain't mad. I'm just.
Yeah, absolutely. So Lamar Jackson, shouts out to you. Much love. We give you that and a hold to you. Now, we're going to go to our next topic. And I'm quite sure everybody has been following the news. And we're going to go to our Millennium Talk Show King. And this is concerning Tekashi 6ix9ine when we come back, though. So hold that thought. King Takar is going to give us some entertainment news on Tekashi 6ix9ine. Is he going to get out of jail? Does he have a second chance? Hey. Hold on to that thought. We'll be right back.
Just like
We're having big fun here on TV 1061.
1061.
Talk Show Kings.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
Be back.
Welcome back.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com, and we thank you for your time.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here at one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community. And Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call Taking My Community Back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're going to do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're going to bridge that gap because we're going to get out of here. We're going to shake hands. We're going to find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved.
Hey, and welcome back to the show.
Welcome
you are
back.
tuned in to Talk Show Kings. I'm your host for tonight. I'm King Lundy. Over to my left is King Doc, and to my right is King Takar. Before we left, we wanted to go into the entertainment segment of tonight's show. Tekashi 6ix9ine.
So
go ahead, Takar.
So in the entertainment world, Tekashi 6ix9ine, his mom wrote a letter to the judge, basically for a plea agreement,
right.
Asking, can he basically get time reduced or something like that. So it's crazy. His court date actually comes up, I believe they said December 18th.
Okay.
And I guess that's, they're supposed to be giving him reduced sentence, so he's supposed to be getting out. We'll see how that goes for him.
Now, has he already been sentenced yet?
No. That's why the date is coming up on December 18th.
Okay, so there's some pre-sentencing going
Correct.
on. Okay.
Yeah.
How much time do you think he'll get?
According to what everybody else is saying,
Right.
he's supposed to get no time at all.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, he's snitch.
Yeah,
He wasn't saying no
everybody.
So you can snitch on people and not get any time.
Oh yeah. He even told Nemo where Dory was. on everything. Hey Artie, what's up? Arthur Johnson just joined us.
Hey Artie.
Tekashi 6ix9ine was like, man, y'all, I robbed the bank. Y'all caught me. Takar, come on out from behind that bush. We caught, bro. Hey, Lundy.
What you doing?
Lundy, turn the Bentley around. I know your tag say Swagger in your dark blue Bentley, but we caught.
That's a true snitcher there.
We caught, Lundy. Yeah, we caught. On 20 West, ain't that's where you going? Yeah, we caught. That's
a lot of heavy duty snitching.
He snitching on people that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So-and-so's in the gang. So-and-so, mama ugly.
Yeah,
I mean, that boy
he told on everybody, like, oh yeah, this person's in this gang, this person's in that gang. This is like, what? Like,
and then I was told, he's like, I don't want no security.
Right.
I'm coming back out and I'm getting right back in the rap game where I left off.
This right here, Takar. What did they originally arrest him for? Was it like major charge or just something minor? Or?
Nah, it was major charges because they was watching him and I guess his whole team or his whole entourage.
Right.
So they had been watching them for a while. I think it was like racketeering.
Under the RICO Act.
Robbery.
Yeah.
All types of mess.
What was that boy name? World Market or something like that? World Source?
Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD.
Yeah, Juice WRLD.
Yeah, he was getting busted for all them.
Oh,
all
yeah.
that stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then he took some pills. Some pills.
You know what?
That was sad there, man.
Yeah.
That's something I wanted to talk about.
Right,
but
Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD, what happened was the pilot over his plane called the local police before they landed and said, hey, this particular rap has a lot of drugs on the plane and they're smoking, and he was, what's that stuff called? The syrup?
The lean.
The lean. They're just doing so much. So when they landed the plane, the police was there. and they was coming on the plane. And I don't know whether they had a search warrant or not.
But they said he had like 70 pounds of weed.
71 pounds of weed.
And I guess
all those Percocet
and they said what caused him to I guess overdose and go into a seizure was, he started like
he tried to hide them and take all those Percocets.
Like how you gonna try to take all the Percocets? What you gonna swallow 70 pounds of weed?
Absolutely. I mean, when I read the story, when I saw the story, because it's been all over TMZ, I didn't know whether he had got gunshot or I didn't know whether someone had killed him. But when Harvey finally said he killed himself by taking their high and because dog, back in the day when people used to get locked up and say they had 4 bags of crack, and they would eat them, and then get to jail and they pump your stomach or however way they got them out. That was just crazy to me.
But I'm thinking, you can't eat 70 pounds or nothing.
Nothing.
Not at once. I mean, maybe over a month time. Well, I don't know how long it would take to eat that much, but 70 pounds? Really?
That's 70 pounds. Say 70 pounds of food.
Of anything.
Will feed a lot of people. That's a lot of food.
Yeah.
It's a lot of food.
70 pounds of anything. But
I don't know.
I hate that he killed himself. I hate that he died.
I don't know what he was thinking. Like, man.
You think he didn't want to go to jail?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, either way, like you going down. The plane coming down along with the drugs. Like you going down. Like,
do you know how many?
I mean, you rich. Get you a lawyer.
Do you know how many actors, actresses, how many rich people will sit and do drugs right in front of you?
Yeah.
Red Fox, bless his soul, had kept a bowl of cocaine just out in the open. Cat Williams was talking about how when he was first getting introduced to the business, he was talking to a producer, and the producer started doing lines right in front of him. He's like, you know I can see you, right? You know that I'm looking at you sniffing this white powder. He's like, they don't even hide it. Like, I mean.
But you know, it's crazy. A lot of people in the field that we do, entertainment world, a lot of people be doing, drugs, on scene, behind the scenes.
That's the nature of the business.
I can't understand how you would do something that would put your life in danger, and you just reached the pinnacle of life. You reached a point in your life to where now almost anything that you want, you can have.
Absolutely.
So why would you shorten your life at that point?
If you go back and look at records, especially medical death records of all the entertainers and athletes that we have lost because of drugs.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson,
Whitney Houston,
Prince, Whitney Houston.
Wait, Prince was drugs?
I did not know that. He OD'd on Percocet.
I know he had a hip replacement. I thought it was problem from that. Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I had no idea about Juice WRLD having a large amount of drugs.
On the elevator.
Yeah, KJ.
You got all these new rappers, all these talking about drugs.
But see, that's just it. Our culture puts us in nonsense, and they glorify nonsense. Like they talk about jail, like you went to jail and you was happy about it. So these kids hearing this nonsense and thinking they're gonna go to jail and get some kind of badge of honor. No.
Well, that's called
jail ain't nothing nice.
Your street credibility. And a lot of kids, their street credibility is so important to them. And I used to see guys, docs I call, and I never know what the teardrop under the eye meant. And one day we was at
it can mean two things.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what the guy told me. We was out somewhere at a family gathering, and I said, "Hey man," I said, "What that teardrop mean under your eye?" He said, "I got a body." And I said, "You got a body? What you mean I got a body?" He said, "I've got a murder case." So I said, "If you got two teardrops, you got two bodies." He said, "Yeah, that's pretty much what it means." Or if you got a life sentence, it's a teardrop under your eye. When guys go to prison and get a life sentence, if you got 3 life sentences, that's 3 teardrops.
You know how they flip stuff, the meaning of stuff?
Yeah.
Because I was told that the original teardrop was the guys were in jail and their husbands wanted to mark them to where they couldn't hide it, so they would put that teardrop on their face. And then when they got out, they would lie and tell people it meant that somebody either died while they were in there or they killed somebody. Now, today's time, I was told that, that's what it means.
Yeah.
But back in olden times, I was told that That's, you know,
Yeah.
that means it's
Yeah.
changed. Just like the sagging, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the sagging
I heard that.
was done to show who's gay in jail.
Yeah.
Now boys walk around with their drawers showing like,
yeah.
Yeah, but the teardrops, I mean, like I said, that's two things. So like you said, one of them is catching a body.
What's
and
the other one?
The other one is basically like a close death, like somebody that you're real close to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now see, I've never
that's
heard
what I just
that
said like
before.
30 seconds ago.
Huh?
That's what I just said like
Oh.
30 seconds ago, yeah. I mean, somebody died while you were in there. Like somebody you was close to died while you were locked up.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we will do, we will be praying for Tekashi 6ix9ine.
No, we won't.
And we hope that it works out for the young man.
No, we won't.
You know,
he
everybody
deserves all the time he get.
Everybody deserves that prayer.
No.
But before we close it out for tonight, we're gonna go into one final topic. And if you are an American citizen and you have been watching the news lately, from New York to Georgia, you have been following the impeachment of Donald Trump.
Yay.
Our investigative reporter, all the way from not Washington, D.C.,
Get him
but
out of there.
Atlanta, Georgia, is King Doc. And Doc
Yes.
is going to tell us the vote went to the Senate, and where else is it going to go, Doc?
It's going to the Senate. Donald Trump is being impeached.
Absolutely.
Now, understand that impeachment does not mean that Donald Trump will be removed from office or that he's found guilty of criminal or misdemeanors or high crimes.
Right.
That's not what it means. When an impeachment means that you're formally charged. So
Okay.
once he's charged, he has to go to the Senate, and the Senate is basically the court. Now, Mitch McConnell has already said in public that Donald Trump is not going to lose his position, nor will he be found guilty. Now, I don't know how he can do that, being that the trial hadn't even taken place.
Right.
So I feel like being that he said that, he should be removed.
But what about all the evidence against him as using his power of authority and making the phone call to the Ukrainian president? What
you
about?
have to have common sense and no previous agenda.
Right.
If you have a previous agenda, then it don't matter what he does.
Right.
I've even heard one senator, ex-senator now, say that he don't care if Donald Trump broke the law.
Right.
He's not.
He must be a Republican. Has to be a Republican, because if you don't care anything about Donald Trump breaking the law, then that lets me know you have to be a Republican.
I'm neither Democratic nor Republican,
Right.
but most Democrats do not like Donald Trump and want
absolutely.
him impeached.
Right.
I feel like the Republicans are no longer the old Republican Party of conservatism, but the new Republican Party is just Donald Trump's puppets.
Right. And I'm glad
And
you're telling the viewers that,
really
because a
think
lot of the
Murder
viewers
Mitch needs to go, and so does the Attorney General Barr.
Right.
He needs to go as well.
I'm so glad that Doc is sharing that with you all, because a lot of you all think that, oh, Donald Trump is going to be impeached, he's going to lose the presidency, he's going to be out of the White House, and clearly what Doc is telling you is that that's definitely not how it goes.
Right.
He may be re-elected again. You know, so listen to him as he tell you about the impeachment. It doesn't mean that he's out of there.
He's already being impeached. Impeached just means he's being formally charged.
Yeah.
And he's being charged of abuse of power.
Right.
And he's being brought up on 2 charges. I know one is abuse of power, and I can't think of what the other one is off the top of my head.
Using his power of office is okay. That's abuse of power. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly bribery, but it's something to that effect.
Yeah. And you know, I did hear the word bribery.
Yeah, but I don't think they actually use that term.
Right.
I think they used another. I know they used another.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, I don't really know too much about politics, but he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only people that can remove Donald Trump from office is the American people. Your vote will almost guarantee he be removed from office. So this 2020 election period, I think all American citizens, whether it be black or white, Democrat or Republicans, you have got to get out and exercise your right to vote. When you get your voter registration card in the mail, or even if you have not gotten it as of yet, call your local administration or government to find out where do you need to go and vote at, because a lot of people are assigned to vote. And if you're not registered to vote, because now what they're doing, if you haven't registered to vote in a while, they're actually canceling your rights to register to vote. And they're sending letters out to you in the mail that your right has been canceled. So please go register to vote.
And vote. When you vote, do not just vote Republican or Democratic. Learn what the person stands for.
Absolutely.
If they do not stand for your beliefs, regardless of the party they represent, they shouldn't get your vote. We need to be voting for the chief of police. We need to be voting for the governor, the mayor. We need to vote for the city council. We need to vote on everything possible. And we need to vote in people who follow our beliefs.
Right.
I mean, if they're not trying to address police brutality in our community, if they're not trying to address our need for an economic base, then those are two things that we need. Those are not things that I'm just arbitrarily saying. Those are things that we need. Banks have been turning us down for loans that we qualify for. Insurance will charge us more. Mercedes was just busted for charging African Americans more for cars than they would other races.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that either.
So we need to get our own financial backing, our own financial basis, and we need to come together. Because if we came together and told the mayor the next time, and the police chief, the next time an African American is killed as unarmed, we voting you out of office, and we did it. I guarantee you things would change much faster. It's a Republican, and I couldn't stand the guy for a long time. I won't say he's from Texas, Rick. Anyway, he actually passed or wrote a bill for term limits. He's Republican. I stand behind him 100%. It's not about Republican and Democrat with me. It's about what are your views. I strongly think that the House of Representatives and the Senate need term limits. 3 terms and you need to be out, period. And you shouldn't get retirement. That's the same as what you're making now for the rest of your life. You only work 3 days a week with 2-3 months off then. I mean, how you get 230 some days off a year and now you're retiring and you're getting paid the same amount for the rest of your life? Get that nonsense out of here.
Absolutely. Vote. Always vote. Continue to vote, just like Doc saying. You know, don't vote because mama is a Democratic or dad is a Democratic.
Vote what you feel.
As they vote what you feel, and make sure who you vote for, you understand their goals and what they're trying to do. Because a lot of times we do vote because mom and dad was a Democrat or grandmother was a Democrat, and we don't know what the Democratic Party even stand for.
And everybody who say they're a Democrat don't necessarily have Democratic views.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean,
absolutely.
Yes. And KJ, you was not supposed to tell me who won because I just said I recorded the game. Yeah, I'm stomp on your pinky toe. I'm just telling you. There's a lot of pinky toes that's going to be damaged when I see y'all.
Somebody wrote Rick Perry. That's the name he was looking for?
Yes.
Yeah, Rick Perry.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rick Perry.
Yeah.
Rick Perry, he wrote a bill that he wants senators and congressmen, I believe, to have term limits. And I'm all for it. Thank you, KJ. I appreciate you. I'm still stomping your pinky toe for the Falcon update. I wanted to watch the game without knowing what happened. But I saw we won. Thanks to you. Yeah. We won. Falcons won.
Well,
all the people who said that we was going to lose because San Francisco had the 11-2 record in your face. In your face. Hey, don't go against my Falcons. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Hey, y'all better hope. Whoo, Lord.
I tell you what, we have truly enjoyed you all. We truly want you to stay tuned in each and every Sunday as you listen and follow Talk Show Kings. I'm your King Lundy. This is King
Ty-Car.
And this is King Doc. And we're here with you every Sunday at 6:30. This is the place where we want to be. So continue to support us. Continue to give us love. I'm going to let Doc get a shout outs and continue to bless us indeed and enlarge our territory.
Sundays, make sure to tune in to Talk Show Divas at 4:30 p.m. Talk Show Kings at 6:30 p.m.
Absolutely.
Wednesday, watch The Flavor at 8 o'clock. Singing in the Kitchen at 9:30 p.m. On Saturdays, Wisdom Inc. at 3 p.m. The Playlist coming soon, no time, and The Kingdom Come at 7 p.m. So make sure to turn in to these shows, please and thank you. Again, want to give a shout out to Felix, Marcus,
absolutely,
and Cassandra.
Absolutely, and our wonderful, amazing Talk Show Divas. If you want to see a wonderful show for the most beautiful women in Atlanta, they're going to bring it to you. They're going to give it to you raunchy. They're going to give it to you raw. But one thing about it is these beautiful ladies, they're going to give it to you. Oh, shout to Tay. for her 2 award
I was
winning
gonna say,
exactly.
that she got. Shouts out to her, and we just love them so much. So tune in, TV 1061 to Talk Show Divas, followed by Talk Show Kings at 6:30. Go ahead, Takar.
No, I was gonna say shout out to Kat Davis for
Kat
her
Davis,
awards.
yes.
Yeah, and the rest of the Talk Show Divas, you know, y'all be looking fly and pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Those are our sister girls.
As always, want to give a shout out to fam. Want to give a shout out to the woman that I'm crazy about. Want to give a shout out to each and everybody who watches the show. I want to thank y'all. Y'all are. I really want to thank y'all. I appreciate you. Everybody I served with. I don't know if you guys saw, but a veteran recently committed suicide in the VA hospital parking lot. So I'm saying, please, you know, talk to your brothers and sisters that retired. One of my close friends, I'm not gonna say his name, he and I was talking when he was thinking of committing suicide. So talk to your brothers, you know. We gotta keep each other and talk to each other and keep each other mind as right as possible, you know.
No, just shout out to everybody that's been watching, you know, supporting us and things like that. I really do appreciate, you know, everybody that's been tuning in, and I definitely appreciate you guys as well, and everybody and the whole TV 1061. So,
all right, we are very proud to be here. If there's anywhere in the world that we could be, we probably would, but we love it here at TV 1061 in Douglasville, Georgia. Our wonderful, like Doc said, our wonderful executive producer, Felix Washington, is doing an amazing job behind the scenes. If it was not for Felix, we would not be the gentlemen sitting here who we are. Our technical director, Marcus Given, and to our social network, Shantae Barsdale. I want to give a shout out to my mom, hey Lady G, Geneva Hoff London. I love you so much. To my beautiful wife and my support, Natalie. Facebook friends and family, we love you, and we are out.
Peace.
Talk Show Kings.
Hey, what's your favorite Christmas music? Holler at us. Let us know.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.